villain's little hobbies right now.
Hello guys and welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies. And in today's video, this is actually going to be a really interesting one. We are going to be talking about a movie that I've actually previously have seen. And yes, it is a great movie. I will not deny it's a good movie. But I think, just like what the title of this video turns out to be, I think I found my line in terms of how I like my entertainment, which is actually really interesting that it came from DC of all places. With that said, we are going to be talking about The Batman Begins. And yes, I know I'm probably going to talk a little bit about Batman Forever as well, because that turned out to be my favorite Batman film. With that said, guys, I am not alone, as always. My buddy Ninjoid243 is here. Go ahead and tell people what they can find Jetman.
Alright, guys. I did a good video today explaining why episode 9 was delayed so much. And I want everyone, if you guys haven't, after the stream, to go check out that video, because it is very important for the channel. And I am getting back into, spoiler alert, I'm getting back into editing episode 9. And
apologies for the fries, guys. I'm eating dinner.
I actually did just get done a scene before we got on here. So, yeah. So, also it's on Discord. So if anyone wants to check it out, you know, it's not very it's not spoil-ish.
Spoily.
It's a little bit, but not like nothing much, you know.
It's just basically you telling what exactly happened and why that film did not come out when we had planned.
Oh, no. I'm talking about a scene that I just got done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm talking about the wrong video then.
Yeah, no. I'm saying go check out the video that I uploaded today as well, but I also...
I'm gonna have to check it out.
yeah. Okay, well, anyway. Let's... besides that, I'm gonna get into some DC and Marvel videos, because I've been kind of getting back at, especially DC with Batman. Watching all these movies have been really refreshing my head on the Batman legacy and all that. And
taking me along for the ride against my will, right?
Not really, because you're
not really against my will. I'm willing to be here, so
yeah. So, but yeah, guys, just go check out my channel. You know, I was also watching some old live streams of Austin and I just fooling around. Man, oh man, I miss the good old days. Like,
I know, right? Just I miss the days when we had like 4, 5, 6 of us all on a stream together. I pop in the middle of the stream and we all just go crazy for about an hour. I miss those days.
Yeah. That's the thing. We always made the most shittiest jokes as well, you know? Like,
God, we had some of the weirdest times, dude.
Yeah.
We gotta bring those times back. Obviously, everyone's busy. Everyone's busy, but we gotta bring those days back at some point, you know? It is what it is.
I think.
But with that said, guys, Ninjoid, go ahead and tell people.
No, I'm done.
Oh, you're done? Oh, okay. With that said, guys, hey, David, nice to have you here. Liam Neeson, Raw, is one of my favorite comic movie villains. You know what? I swear, Liam Neeson, it was really cool to see him. I kept wanting to just say, oh, Qui-Gon versus Batman during the whole film. I didn't, but I wanted to pull out a lightsaber, dude. I don't know why. Oh, wow. They are canceling the reboot of the Batman 90s cartoons. Oh, hail praise! They actually know something to do, because you just can't beat what came before. You know, if you're going to literally just remake it, and the only reason why you're remaking it is just for profit, don't do it. Don't do it. If you actually have an idea, if you actually have a plan, similar to what Samurai Jack did, like Samurai Jack, they actually had a plan. They knew what they were going to do. The Samurai Jack reboot / continuation, I actually, while yes, the end of the story I don't really think was the best way they could have gone with it. I actually really do appreciate what Samurai Jack was able to do with this ending, bringing the series back for that last reboot. Basically, if you're gonna reboot something like that and add something to what came before it, then I'm fine if you want to rehash and finish the story that came before. But if you're just rebooting something for the sake of money, which almost everybody does these days, thanks corporations, then yeah, I have a major problem with that. What are your thoughts about that, Nindroid?
Honestly, I thought that they announced that they were making a new Batman animated series. I did not hear about a reboot, but okay. I don't really care because, I mean, I think I'll like it regardless because it's Batman. But yeah,
I did, though I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
um, but yeah, that's bad. All right, I guess we should talk about
The movie itself.
yeah.
All right.
So
So I gotta
let's
say
start-
this right off the bat,
yeah.
dude. I absolutely enjoyed the story of Batman and where this was going to go and the direction they took. I actually really appreciate a lot of what they did with this film.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I really just have a problem with, and it's just me. I like dark films. I do. I actually read a lot of dark books and dark anime and TV shows and movies. I actually do like dark stuff. I love the Joker movie. I love the Joker movie, but if you don't have that right amount of humor and that's the thing, and I'm not talking about like just throw in a couple of jokes that ruin scenes. No, if you can actually do the right type of humor that adds to the scene but doesn't break the spell of the movie, that's what I really like. And something that just for me that really lacks in this film is there are not enough jokes. And granted, I'm not wanting Thor Ragnarok type of jokes that literally break you out of the spell. But I need some humor in this movie. So something that I love about Star Wars, for example, is I love the fact that Star Wars is able to literally, during the darkest parts of Star Wars, they're still able to throw a one-liner in there that doesn't break the spell, but something you can not lift your spirits out of it. It's not supposed to, destroy the darkness of the scene, but if anything, it's supposed to add to it. Because honestly, if you can't laugh at your darkest moments, if you can't laugh in your darkest moments, you honestly am not gonna be able to survive. And that's the thing with this movie. I don't feel like there was enough humor in the movie for me.
See, now I actually disagree with that because actually I was laughing. You even heard me. I was laughing during the movie.
I did
quite a bit.
hear it.
I laughed at a lot of the little one-liners, like, the whole car joke and all that. Like,
There was one joke that actually made me laugh, and that was the jacket.
the jacket one, but I also like the car one when, Jim Gordon, Commissioner Gordon. Well, he's not even the commissioner yet, but Gordon, Lieutenant Gordon, we'll call him. Because that's what he is in this movie, or he does become lieutenant. Gordon is he's there and he's like, "Oh, we'll take my car." He's like, "I got a better one than Batman."
Yeah.
It has the tumbler there. He just drives over a police car. And what does Jim say? "Man, I need one of those." I'm there like, I love that. I don't care. I love that, And I just
I needed more humor like that, basically.
I feel like, well, to me, I was very invested within the movie. So it did not really take me out with like those jokes or even the thought of jokes. I was more focused on which I guess we'll get into this. This movie is not just any movie, it's a character study movie.
Yeah.
where it's
Which, as a character study movie, it definitely goes in depth in Batman, and that's
Bruce
something I
Wayne.
appreciate.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne and Batman entirely. Um, let's talk about the second biggest problem. So then we can. Oh, okay.
Go ahead,
No,
Ninja.
no. I was bringing up David's comment about
Oh,
the
because I was just reading what he said here.
no, no. I'm talking about the one before.
Oh God.
Okay, so let's talk about this one. This is my biggest problem of
This is my biggest problem in the movie. Is the actor. I don't like the actor.
I
And two,
do. Christopher Nolan is actually pretty. I mean, not Christopher Nolan. What's his name? He portrayed the villain in Thor: Love and Thunder.
yeah, I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about. Obviously, I've seen like 4 or
Christian
5
Bale.
different actors
Christian
play.
Bale.
Yeah,
Christian Bale. He's
I
Christian
don't
Bale.
like him in this role.
Oh, that's yeah, like to me, I am okay with him. He's just
He
to
doesn't.
me
He
there,
doesn't fit what I perceive as Batman now, which is really weird considering I don't know that much.
No, that makes sense because you've seen legit 4 movies before this, so you can.
Yeah, not to mention I've also seen the Batman, the latest
Yeah,
film that came
yeah.
out a little while ago. Out of every single Batman actor I've seen, there's like 4 or 5 actors I've seen now, and he is the one that I swear, you point him out to me, yeah, no, I just can't see him as Batman in this movie. Maybe Bruce Wayne, maybe, but even then,
I can see him as Bruce Wayne. I actually like his Bruce Wayne. Like when how when he had the 2 chicks with him and all of that, and then he stopped talking to Rachel and all that. Like all that, I was like, yeah, he's Bruce Wayne. Like, yeah, okay, that's something Bruce would do and all that. And also, we're gonna go more in depth on the actual story then, but I do like. Okay, so how about let's talk
get
about
ready, guys, because usually our videos are usually about an hour. I think this one might go a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. All right. So those are like my. Okay, so I guess those are our negatives. Do we have any more of like main negatives besides?
Well, I do have one main negative, and you're going to actually look at me like I'm crazy. And I know I'm pointing the wrong way. There, now I'm pointing at you. You are gonna think I'm crazy when you hear me say this.
Right.
The fact is, I actually think the film is too dark in terms of its editing, in terms of the look of it. It just, I don't know. Like the other films,
I like the color grading of this because
the other films, like maybe it's because the other films just have an art to them. I know they're dark. I know it's what's the name of the city again? Gotham.
Yeah.
I know Gotham is dark and dingy, but like in every single other film, there's like an art to it.
Yes, that's true.
In this film, it could be just a plain city, and I don't know if I like that.
Dylan,
Go ahead.
do realize that these movies are trying to put a realistic tone onto Batman.
True.
True. That's why I am okay with them actually making Gotham look realistic, because we're supposed to be like, oh shit, that could actually be a thing. Like even Wayne Manor looks realistic. The Batcave looks realistic, for crying out loud. Like
yes,
all the stuff looks realistic. So that's actually
it's not the way it looks though. It's the way that it's shot. It's the way that it's filmed.
I like the way it's shot because it kind of reminds me of the early Marvel movies, for God's sake, of Phase 1 of how it's shot. I don't know. Maybe that's
I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I don't
It's
know.
not like that big of a deal. I'm not like giving it a downgrade because of that, but
No, but it could be improved.
it could be improved.
That's what you're
Yes.
basically saying.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I do agree. The Bat voice is like the biggest annoying thing out of this whole
Oh, that's so
trilogy.
annoying in the
This whole
entire film.
trilogy, it's like that. But the next, like, it's all like that. And the thing is, I just look past it, like, because actually these stories are really good.
The story is great. The story
Yeah,
is
yeah, the
fantastic.
story is fantastic. Let's talk about the story actually.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, well, no, let's actually talk about the villain. I kind of want to talk about the villains a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me just bring up the private chat so I can remember what villains we're talking about. Because
okay,
I
so we're
suck at
talking
names.
about Ra's al Ghul. Let's talk about that.
Oh yes, Ra's al Ghul.
Okay.
Dude, I absolutely Liam Neeson, such a fantastic actor. I really liked him in this role. He fit the world greatly. Dude, I really like the connection and almost like, I know this sounds really weird, but almost like a fatherly connection he had with young Bruce Wayne from that jail cell, teaching him. And I really like that, saying up more about how Batman is able to fight, how he knows how to fight. It's not like he literally just went to the internet one day and decided to learn karate in 2 seconds. Like
Well,
it actually feels like he's trained.
yes. Actually, in the
I like
comics,
Ra's al Ghul in this.
in the comics, it was like the answer was that Alfred, yes, the butler, actually
Mhm.
trained Bruce. That was what in the comics that happened. But in this, they took it more like, do you really think a butler can do that? Maybe,
True.
maybe not, you know? So then they're like, yo, what? We're going to introduce Ra's al Ghul, one of Batman's famous villains. He's the leader of the League of Shadows and all of that, which you're going to have
And I
to.
like that comparison as well. The League of Shadows. You know, Batman always is being in the shadows. He wears black for God's sakes. That's why,
Yeah,
always hiding in the shadows. Dude, I love the connection he has with Ross there, and I
yeah,
really thought it was
yeah.
interesting in terms of how it develops Batman through this movie, having
Mhm.
that connection to Ross. Yeah, and Ross being his greatest villain. It actually
Yeah.
kind of reminds me. It kind of reminds me, yeah, even though this might be a really poor choice, but it reminds me of the connection that Thor has with Loki in so many ways. Even though that might be a really poor example,
That actually, no, I can actually kind of see that in a way.
you can see
Believe
where
it.
I'm going with
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I can actually.
That
Uh,
that's what makes Loki such a
yeah,
great
yeah,
character.
yeah. Ra's al Ghul. Let me talk about. I do like how he faked his identity. Like he actually hired someone to pretend to be him. Like they said, "I
Hmm.
am Ra's al Ghul," while he's there like, "Yeah, I'm the real one, though." Like you don't really like, and that's why Bruce thought, "Oh yeah, Ra's al Ghul's dead," and then he finds out, "Oh shit." My friend was actually Ra's al Ghul the entire damn time. The guy who I saved. Which let's talk about that scene alone. When
Yeah.
the initiation scene, when they brought one innocent guy there, or what? No, it might have been a criminal actually, but and they told Bruce to kill him. What did
Hmm.
Bruce do? He didn't. He just attacked them.
That's
He
the key.
kicked ass. And I love this movie because it actually shows that. Like, that scene could have been so horrible if it was just tell, but they
Yeah.
actually showed it. Like, they showed Batman
Yeah.
kicking ass, and he's
Uh,
like, no, this is
yeah.
my choice. I'm not gonna kill. Like, I love that, you know?
Hmm.
Uh, you know, and he kicks ass and he saves his friend or who he thinks is his friend, and
Yep.
he and then he goes back to Gotham because he's like, well, now I'm trained fully. You know, I can now go back and be the hero that Gotham needs to face
Yeah.
off against crime lords and drug kingpins and more.
And if I can just stop you right there just for a second, I just want to mention this, man. Seriously, if you could just take this backstory and apply it to the Batman from Batman Forever, oh my god, you would have like the perfect Batman to me, because the way it connects to the character of Robin from Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, just oh my god, it would be so great if somehow you could combine these stories together.
If you combine this story Forever and then also add from Zack Snyder's Batman, Ben Affleck, the voice modulator. If you add all those together, perfect Batman movie right there,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. The voice modulator especially.
Yeah. Because then you don't have any complaints, right?
I have no complaints at all.
Yeah, exactly. So
I guess we can never get a perfect Batman movie.
No, we can't.
Yet.
No, not yet, and I don't think we ever will. But anyway,
yeah.
What was I gonna say? So then we have that. Let's talk about the second villain, I guess, which Jonathan Crane, aka Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Do
you prefer this Batmobile, aka the tank Batmobile, tank to the Batman 89 of the one from the Batman from...
Or the one from the Batman. So which Batmobile do you think is the best out of all of them?
That one's really hard, because as much as I love the tank design, I like the smoothness of the Batmobile from the Batman.
I like
the movie that came out.
Yes. I like the Batman's Batmobile probably the most, because it's the most realistic one. Like, actually looks like a real freaking car.
It really does. It really does.
And
so I kind of have to go with that one, to be honest with you.
I also like the Batman 1989 / Batman Returns Batmobile as well. I like that one. That one was cool, because that one was also smooth and all.
Truth be told, out of every single one of these, I have to admit this: the coolest part of every single movie turns out to either be the villain or his car.
No, I actually...
Riddler fan! Don't forget that, guy.
I know that, but there's more to Batman than just those two things.
There's more to Batman than his villains and the car.
It is part of his identity, though, right? Chicks dig the car, right? Or the lady. That is true, David. Which I guess we might as well bring up the love interest. His friend when they were growing up, Rachel. I actually really liked her. I like her a whole lot. I think she might be the best.
She might actually be the best love interest. I will agree with that. Yeah. I mean, I really liked
Chase. I like Chase.
I really like Chase from Forever, but I feel like Chase definitely comes on way too strong. I really prefer how Rachel was handled in this film.
I guess if we count Catwoman, maybe Catwoman's the best one. I don't know, though.
Catwoman is great for the connection that she has with Bruce, but in terms of the actual going through the movies and everything, I really do like Rachel. There's not a lot to her story, at least on this film, but I feel like he actually really cares about her. And
she really cares for him as well. Like she slapped him when he almost shot the guy who murdered his parents.
Yeah, and I just love it. It goes back to that whole revenge thing that we actually end up in Batman Forever. Dude, if you apply this story to the Batman Forever, it really just makes me like the character more. Basically, just
Mm-hmm.
it emphasizes the character a lot more
Yeah.
if you add
Yeah.
this backstory to that
Yeah.
Batman.
Also, let's talk about the fact that it is kind of Bruce's fault that his parents died. That is to me like so tragic. Like in this, it is like his fault. Like it isn't like in the comics, it wasn't his fault. In the
Yeah.
other movies, it wasn't his fault. In
Nope.
this, it was his
Yeah, in
fault.
the other
He was
films, they're just in
scared
the wrong
of
place at the
the
wrong
thing.
time. Not in this film.
In this, because of he fell down in the bat cave, what would
Yep.
become the bat cave.
Yeah.
He fell down there and his father rescued him. He got like PTSD from that or whatever as a kid, and he saw that while they were watching the play, and he's like, "We need to go. We need to go." Like he's just he's like he can't just watch it, and they're like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Then they go out. Guy shoots and kills his parents. That's I guess what it's like. It's very tragic.
It is
I
tragic.
actually feel like this is like, oh shit, this is a natural character study film because it's because of him being fear. No, it's him fearing bats that freaking killed his parents in a way.
Yep.
So this whole
And
movie,
I actually want to talk about that. Because the one thing about Batman in the other movie, was it Batman Forever, or am I thinking of? No, I guess it might have been Batman Forever. In that movie, we have the one single bat. I actually prefer the one single bat scaring young Bruce, and instead of the 5,000 bats that come out of him, it's so much more epic with the one bat.
It's more realistic though with more multiple bats in the case.
It is, but I really like the whole symbolism of the one bat that showed up and scared Bruce, and Bruce becomes afraid of bats, and he wants to put that fear of bats into the bad guys of the city. I do like that. Again, if you can apply this story to Batman Forever, you would have the perfect Batman movie to me in terms of his backstory. Like, there's a lot of it that I liked, and it was an interesting choice to have him with 1,000 bats fly everywhere. I feel like the one bat really seeing that symbol, because of course the Batman is that one symbol of the night. I really just prefer one way the movie did it other than this one, but it's interesting, right? Just something I wanted to bring up. Anyway, go on.
So I do love how this movie keeps on mentioning fear. Like,
it really does.
Ra's al Ghul trained Batman to control his fear, basically, and he said, "You gotta just." And Batman, instead of like fearing his own fear and just ignoring it, he embraces it, and he legit becomes the very thing he feared. He fears bats. He's now Batman. He's going to use his fear for bats to scare the fear of his enemies and villains. That works so well, and that's so much character. There was so much character development.
It is a lot of character development, man.
I love that. I just love that. All right, it's like how we got so much character development, like of Catwoman in Batman Returns.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's and Penguin and all that.
It's that like, for Batman this time.
This is finally like I'm not saying that those weren't Batman movies, because they are Batman movies, but this truly is a Batman movie, if that makes any sense, Do you want to get David's? Yeah. David,
I was just reading this.
Top 3
Batman movie villains. Okay, so obviously we have not seen all of the villains of the Batman movies yet. I have not seen all of the Batman movies yet. I would say my top 3 would have to be. I would definitely go. My number 3 is Penguin, and my phone keeps going off. My number 3 is Penguin. My second favorite would definitely have to be Mr. Freeze. And my number 1, can you guess it?
Oh yeah, I can legit just get the Funko Pop of him right
Just
now.
get the Funko Pop. Just get the damn Funko Pop. There you go. The Riddler is my number 1 favorite. So far, obviously, I've only seen one type of Joker. If I actually go off of the Joker from the Joker movie, which technically isn't a Batman film, then obviously it would be the Joker, because the Joker was a great villain in his own film. But I mean, what am I gonna do? Take the Joker from the Suicide Squad?
Really, people do compare them, so you could actually. So.
Oh, dude, that guy's so bad.
He's talking about Jim Carrey's Riddler, David.
Yeah, Jim
Forever.
Carrey, Riddler from Forever.
Yeah, he does like the Batman one, though.
I do like the Batman one, but definitely the Jim Carrey one takes the cake for me.
So for me, I have seen all the Batman movies, so don't think I'm not like Dylan over here. For me,
no, I'm new to this whole thing.
Jack Nicholson's Joker is my favorite Batman villain for the movies. My second favorite is Jim Carrey's Riddler. And my third favorite has to be either... My third favorite either has to be Danny DeVito. My third one either has to be Danny DeVito's Penguin or Heath Ledger's Joker, which we're gonna watch right after the stream, The Dark Knight. So I'm really excited for that.
Will the Joker beat the Riddler? I think he will. Oh
yeah, trust me. I think you're gonna love Heath Ledger's Joker. I think he's a very awesome villain in that movie. It's more of a character study movie, just like this one. Trust me. Yeah. See, even Austin.
Dark Knight is so good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Batman Forever wasn't that good.
Austin.
Batman.
Austin,
wasn't that good.
If you're staying up, buddy, I could send you a link if you want to watch it with us.
Austin, if you want to come on the channel right now, if you got time, I will send you a link to this stream, buddy. We can definitely talk some more of this film.
But let's keep it up with Batman Begins. Okay, let's talk about Falcone.
Falcone was a great villain.
Yes, in the first half. In the first half, he was a great villain. With him controlling.
Which I like the fact that, it's not that he was sidelined in the movie, it's that he played his role and that's all he needed to be. Like, they didn't need to they didn't need to turn him into the greatest villain of the Batman movie. He just needed to play his role, and he played it very well for what it meant for Batman's character during those parts of the film. So I did like that. People who say it's overrated are smoking pictures. Okay, Austin. Thanks for that. Batman Begins was good, but not a big fan of the neck brace. Yeah, I can see that. I actually don't think this suit was Batman's best suit, in my opinion.
Oh, I thought the suit was okay. It's just okay.
However, I will say this: the one thing that I really liked about it was in this movie, unlike all the other films, he's got like 8 to 12 different suits, and we don't even know why. It's just when he breaks one, he grabs another, I guess. But in this movie, they actually have an explanation for it. And that's what I really liked about the story they came up with. He actually goes to his company. I can't remember what's the name of. Hold on, gotta find the private comments. Lucius Fox. Yeah, so he goes to Lucius Fox looking for some inventions to hopefully take out some of the bad guys. Lucius Fox shows him what he's got in the inventory. Technically, it all owns to him, so he kind of just steals it from himself. He takes the suit, he takes the Batmobile, he takes a couple of weapons, a couple boomerangs, and goes and creates Batman. I actually really like the way they did it in this film.
Yeah, and he orders
Again, if he just took
member?
all of this and added it to the other film, you have the perfect Batman movie. I'm gonna keep saying that.
And then if remember when he ordered the masks?
Mm-hmm. He ordered like 5,000 of them.
Yeah, just because he didn't want anyone noticing. I love that, you know?
Yeah, that way if it's an army, no one cares if it's an army, But if you just order like 1, 2, or 5, someone's gonna notice.
Yeah.
So
100%. What else would I really say about this? Oh yeah, I do like how Jim Gordon is in the movie quite a bit, and I do like him and Batman interacting with each other.
Yeah.
I like trying to think of what else to really talk. Oh yeah, let's talk about the reveal of Liam Neeson.
Before we do that, I just want to put his top 3 up here. Pretty good list. Poison Ivy, though, I don't know if I really agree with you on Poison Ivy.
No.
Other than maybe looks.
That's the only thing.
You know what? That's the only reason any guy would put Poison Ivy on there.
Oh yeah, I also like Cesar Romero's Joker. That was it's in the 60s series, which is campy as heck. And I think, Dylan, you might be like, oh, it's campy, but you're probably going to be like, man, this is too light. Or something like that.
That reminds me. You know what? I still haven't watched the one that Austin sent me, the super cringe one.
That's a continuation.
I'm gonna watch it eventually.
That's the continuation of the 60 series. With
I'm gonna watch it eventually. We'll see how campy it is.
Yeah. Oh, it's really campy. Trust me.
All right, let's get back to Batman Begins.
What else could I really say? Oh yeah, the reveal with Ra's al Ghul. Love that scene.
Yeah, that was really great.
I also liked the whole final battle that we had of Gotham. I really felt tension with the train. The train.
Yeah, the train was great.
The train fight thing,
as well as all of the steam. I'm gonna call it steam, just coming to basically a boil coming out of the sewers. I thought that was great.
The fear gas and all that. Yeah. I like Scarecrow.
Scarecrow was good in this film. He's definitely not the main villain of the film, but he was used very, very well.
He was going to be the main villain of the canceled continuation film of Batman and Robin. But I like him in this because
he is good in this.
Just his character. He's just studying. He's grabbing. He's making people just be his lab experiments. That are in jail in Arkham and all that. Like, I love that whole thing. And then he's like, oh, well, this is where we cook the medicine. And it's like, no, that's fear gas right there. And I love how he also has the Scarecrow mask and he just puts it on. And then Scarecrow. Rachel looks over to him. What's Scarecrow? Oh, he's just something that the mind makes.
Yep.
It's 100% not me.
That's actually a really great cover. Actually, I really liked the way they played that off. That's a great cover.
Yeah, and then also when Batman first found Crane, and I love this when Scarecrow legit just poured the gas. And Batman's there, and he just falls out the window
Yep.
and onto the ground, and he's seeing all the scary crap like of bats and all that, and his cape is also on fire and all that. Like
Yeah.
that visually, and also all the citizens are there. Like, what is Batman doing? And all that. Like, I love that. Love
Yeah.
that entire thing right there.
That was
Um,
great.
I do like how he saved Rachel. You know, when Rachel was poisoned with the gas, and he had to put her in the well, the tumbler in the tumbler, and go off, and it was a huge chase with the police and all of that.
Yep.
Love all that. Um, Honestly, I really like Christian Bale's voice when he just talks normal. You know,
When he
like
talks
when
normal,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, like to
When
me,
he's not putting on the bad act.
I'm there like, oh my god, that's Batman, and then next scene, I'm like, oh, never mind.
Go. And you know what? So, okay, I have to admit this, and I got it just a little bit rewatching this film, because if you guys don't know, I didn't mention this, but the fact is, this is not my first time viewing this movie. My dad tried to get me into Batman as well. You're actually accomplishing what my dad could not do. Congratulations. He tried to get me into Batman 2, and he had me watch this movie. And I'm telling you, it's somewhere around the middle for me, but boring is not the right word, but it's the only word that I can say that comes to mind. And the reason why I really think I was bored half the time was because I kept rolling my eyes at the stupid voice Batman had. Because there's some great action scenes that pull you in this movie,
Also,
but I can't buy the voice.
I think you might have thought it was boring because you don't know anything really. Like, you don't
Truth
know
be
who
told,
Bruce
that's
Wayne
true.
is. You
Not
don't know
knowing
who Bruce Wayne is. You don't know
exactly.
who any of these guys are. Like, to me, in order to
That's
understand,
actually really. You just brought something up that's actually really interesting. If this was not the first film I saw, if Batman Forever was the first film that I saw as a kid, how different of a fan would I be if not for Batman Forever? If this is the movie that I went off as what I know from Batman, I think I really would. Maybe that's why for the longest time I've hated
because
this.
you said now after watching this movie with me, and you know who Bruce Wayne is, you know who Alfred is, and
Yep.
Gordon, and all these, like, you get the basics of what
Yep.
Gotham is and all that. And Batman, you're there like, oh, I actually like this movie. I didn't back then,
Yeah.
but I actually liked it. I can remember this movie now and all this shit, you know? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't think it's boring. So I think you thought it was boring not because of Batman in general. It's just because this was the first movie you
Yeah.
saw.
It
And
was
you
the
had
first
no
movie I
clue.
saw.
You had no
Yeah.
clue what it is.
Exactly.
Like you're there
So
like,
if there's anybody out there who literally just for this was the first Batman film you ever saw, comment down below what is your experience with Batman, because for me it obviously wasn't good until I saw Batman Forever, which is just really interesting how that insight has changed my opinion on it.
yes. I just want it to be different. I'd rather watch Adam West's Batman over I'm reading David's comment. I'd rather watch Adam West's Batman over BBS. Adam West is Mr. Campy from the 60s. And guess what? You's a good Batman. Just because of that.
Batman versus, oh my god.
I'll be right back, alright?
Yeah, dude. I just wanted to be different. I'd rather watch Actually, you know what? I have to admit this. Now, this is something interesting. As much as I absolutely hate Batman versus Superman, as much as I hate Man of Steel, but in particular Batman versus Superman, I can buy that Batman over this actor. I can't remember his name, even though Ninjoid has said it maybe 1,000 times in this video. I can buy that Batman character over this one. Isn't that weird? Is it just me? I just can't buy this guy as Batman. I can buy him as Bruce, but I can't buy him as Batman. It's special. I think it really has to come down to the voice. But even the suit, the design suit, like, I don't know. He just doesn't look like Batman to me when I see him. Christian Bale. Thank you, David. I don't see Christian Bale as Batman. I really don't. But the guy they had in B versus S, I preferred the actor, not the story of B versus S. I preferred the actor as Batman because the actor looked like Batman to me. That's just weird, but it is what it is.
All right, I'm back. All right.
Ben Affleck, that's who it was. Ben Affleck looks so much more like a Batman character to me, and I don't know why that is. He looks so much more than Christian Bale to me. I prefer Ben Affleck as the actor of Batman. Definitely, B versus S was terrible.
Oh yeah, I have to agree. Ben Affleck to me is the best Batman actor, actually, and it's sad.
He looks like a Batman when you look at him.
He looks like Batman, and actually, he looks like an older Bruce Wayne as well. If you actually look at him,
and if they CGI'd him a little bit to make him look younger, I really think he could fit.
Well, no, but even in the movies of BVS,
Yep.
it's supposed to be an older Batman. He
looks really good. He fits the role so well.
Yeah. So I'm there like, I think honestly they could have just. I'm glad that they're keeping him. Like they shot a scene of Ben Affleck in Aquaman 2, and he's also going to be in the Flash movie. They reshot some scenes to put him back in for the finale. So I'm
if that movie ever comes out.
Who really knows? I mean, I actually just want it scrapped, or at least recast Ezra Miller, but that's just me,
Might as well at this point.
Yeah, but yeah, Batman Forever. I might actually do a video on that. Batman Forever, a misunderstood masterpiece, or something like that, because yeah. Batman Forever is really misunderstood. Superman 3 is not, though. I hate Superman 3.
Yeah.
I
haven't seen that movie yet, so... However, that's something also really interesting, going from the first Superman movie to this.
It just shows how this movie and Batman is a far superior character.
That's true.
Yeah. So, David comes in with a question, though.
Yeah, let's see his question. Is the Snyderverse dead? I'll let you take that. I'm not taking that.
Yeah, the Snyderverse dead. I'll just simply say it is because Zack Snyder's never gonna come back. Now, do I think the actors he chose, like Aquaman's actor, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Ben Affleck?
I'm gonna be right back, dude.
Do I think they are gone? No, I think they're gonna keep them as the main actors for those at least. Ezra Miller, I don't know about, but yeah. I don't know really what to talk about right now because I mean, we already went through Batman Begins, really. So, oh yeah, I also love how let's talk about the ending of the movie, Dylan.
Yeah,
What?
okay.
So you know how they burn Wayne Manor and all that, and
They did.
Batman
Now, that was something really
was
interesting.
really good as well. And I do love it though when Rachel's there helping Batman, well Bruce, out like looking at the wreckage of all the
Yep.
bricks and all that. And she's there like, I love you and all that. But then she says something so hard.
Yeah.
It made both of us like, man,
Yeah.
man,
Ouch.
ouch.
Ouch, dude.
I,
That
I
hurts.
feel that pain, honestly.
She pretty much said is the and she loves is a mask. His true face hides it in the Batman suit, basically, and it's like, ouch, dude. And granted, part of it's like, okay, she
It's
knows that the
actually,
city needs Batman more than she needs Bruce Wayne, but ouch.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So,
Batman can never just have a girlfriend.
mm-mm. That's one thing with Batman. I mean, after all, for God's sake, in the comics, he actually married Catwoman out of all people. Yeah,
At this point, Catwoman might be
Catwoman.
the only one that would stay with him.
Catwoman's the only one that stayed for him, so he just married Catwoman. So I mean, like, I can kind of understand Bruce, and even Catwoman
What's up,
tried.
Deshaun? Nice to see you.
So let's talk about hey Deshaun. So let's talk about that, but then this is to me a perfect, like, you can tell this trilogy was written back to back just because the ending alone. What does so Jim so Batman sets up the bat signal, which I love that. And
Yeah,
then Jim is there like, there's a new villain. We got reports of a new villain and he left this. And what is
and
it?
it's the Joker card.
It's a Joker card, and I love
That's
that
great.
setup.
That's
I
great setup.
love that
And
setup, you know?
I also love. I know we don't talk very much about the dialogue, mostly because of the whole storyline. But I gotta say that that dialogue at the very end when the cop is like, "I never thanked you," and he turns around and says, "You'll never have to." I love that dialogue. Too bad he gives one of the stupidest voices ever. If it wasn't for the stupid voice, I think that dialogue was perfect right there.
Honestly, I think there might be a way, maybe going to fake you or something like that, and just redub the Batman voice entirely and
I
make
think if he redubs Batman voice for like about 90% of the film, basically, yeah, I think it'd be a whole lot.
oh yeah, I think that would actually, that's my biggest issue. That's like my only real issue with this movie. For me, I know you want more jokes and all that, but I'm just saying for me, I
I
think that,
need more humor in my movies. That is my only problem with the film. With that said, I think we just about talked about everything. I'm actually surprised and very happy that this is turning out to be only an hour. I thought we were going to go over because of how much we had to talk about, but oh boy, dude, what's your rating?
8.9 out of 10. To me, this is the best written Batman movie. And what I mean by best written is the dialogue is to its
Dialogue is spot on. Probably the
yeah,
best
yeah,
dialogue I've
yeah.
seen of the films.
The story itself is awesome.
The story is
It's
great.
just some issues, for example, the voice, and even some scenes. It's like Yeah, they're okay, but and
Yeah.
also Christian Bale as Batman to me is just okay. He's nothing special. That's just what I think, you know. And
Yeah.
I even agree. I think in my opinion, I wish if at least they threw some like you know how Gotham usually has gargoyles on top of some of their skyscrapers? I kind of wish if they would throw somewhat of like some art on these buildings, not make
Yeah.
them full on realistic. Like I
Hmm.
get it, but I feel like you could still do some
You
other.
could still make it feel like Gotham without having it be like that. That's just my whole thing with the city.
Yeah.
And I mean, the way it was shot as well. I know, like the most
A
important
lot
thing
of
to
the
me.
shots were good. A lot of
Yeah.
the shots were actually good, but then there's some shots where it's like, eh, okay. Oh yeah, let's talk about the soundtrack. I didn't even get there. I
Dude, the
love.
soundtrack is fantastic,
Oh yeah,
actually.
I love the Batman theme in this. You know, like
This is
that's
great.
actually that's one thing with the Batman theme of every movie. Like even the Batman, where you said you don't like the
Actually,
score.
that's the only problem I have with the Batman is the fact that the song kind of ruins the entire. I like the Batman theme in that movie. It's the fact that you don't have to have it throughout the entire darn film, to me at least. In this movie, I think it was far better used.
Mm-hmm. Um, that's all I.
That's just my thing.
That's
For
my
me,
rating.
it's weird because the most important thing to me is the story. But for me, I don't care about the actors. I typically don't care about the look or the way the story looks or anything like that. For me, the most important thing is the story and the characters. And I really think it just comes down to one, the humor, two, I just can't buy this as Gotham because of what I know as Gotham. Just the other films have just some sort of art to them that I just enjoy. And three, I think it really just comes down to I don't like the actor. For me, it's a 7, and it probably would be higher if it was
The
just some of
voice.
my problems what were fixed, basically.
If the voice changed, I think you would at least give it an 8. At least an 8.
I think so too. I think so too. And I mean, you gotta remember, like, this was one of probably the first Batman movies I ever saw. So I had major problems with the voice. In fact, even when me and Ninjoid were watching, what was it? Batman versus Superman. I kept telling him I'm gonna hate this voice. I was really surprised that I did hate the voice because it's only in these movies that he goes like this every time he's the Batman. I can't stand that. Um, with that said, guys, unless there's anything else you want to bring up,
Nope.
Gotham has some weird architecture, like in. Yes, and that's the thing that I really just. Gotham has like some sort of architecture, has some type of art. It really brings something interesting to look at in the other movies that
Yes.
I enjoy.
It's
It's not
not.
in this film.
It's more like a ripoff New York City, where
It
with
really is.
this, where with
It's
this
like a
one, it
gothic New
feels
York
like New
City is
York.
what it
It
is.
feels like New York, you know.
Exactly.
So
It's supposed to be a gothic New York, and this is not a gothic New York. This is just New York City.
mhm.
Okay, with that said, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I think we are about done. Bye, guys.
Whoop.
Hold on, you know what? You want to tell the people where they can find you at?
I don't give a shit.
Okay, neither do I.